Bruce Millington, Joe Champion, Mark Langdon. We're looking ahead to Sunday's 2 Premier League live games, starting at the Emirates. At 2:15, it's Arsenal versus Southampton. Paddy Power bet 4-9 Arsenal, 16-5 the draw, and 9-2 Southampton. Now, Mark, I smell a bit of they need to win, so their price is shorter than it should be here with Southampton.
Maybe the fact that Arsenal go to Moscow as well. We're speaking before the first leg of the Europa League game, and the Europa League is their season, their only chance of getting into the Champions League. So, I mean, it may well be a weakened Arsenal team. So, I think that there's probably a little bit of Southampton needing the result, combined with Arsenal minds and team selection possibly more concentrated on events in Moscow. However, he notched first last week, and I'm going to stick with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He's cup tied for the Europa League, so you know he's going to play around about the 11-4 mark. He looks like he's on penalties. I know he gave the second one to Lacazette. But
I thought that was nice, by the way. He got castigated by someone. I think it was Adrian Durham saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" But I thought it was a nice thing to do. What do you reckon?
I'm not against
these
it.
selfless acts.
I mean, it's better than sort of them fighting over the ball. I mean, Lacazette had been the penalty taker previously, so maybe you could have said, why did Aubameyang take the first one? But I mean, he's definitely going to play, fitness permitting. And Southampton's, I mean, if they defend like they did against West Ham, then there'll be all sorts of problems. Even though Arsenal are not particularly good at the moment, Hughes has been going 2 up front. And I think that I understand why he's done it, to make them more positive, but I think he's lost control in midfield. They didn't control the game against Wigan, and then they were overrun by West Ham. So it's a difficult
He won't go to Arsenal and play 2 up top, will he? Surely.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Okay.
But I mean, they're defensively without the players that they've lost. I think they are. They're not the team they were, are they? It's pretty clear.
Okay, so the Saints go into that hostile atmosphere at Arsenal with about a third of the seats empty. What do you think will happen, Joe?
It all depends on how Arsenal start, really. If they start like they did against Stoke, then it might be a bit of a dreary first half. Alternatively, if Southampton can't get any control of the game, then Arsenal could just rip them to pieces.
We don't want ifs here on this show, Joe. What's going to happen? Come on.
I will go for an unimpressive Arsenal win, so I'll back draw half-time, Arsenal full-time at 10-3. It seems like value to me.
That doesn't sound bad. Okay, and at 4:30, London Derby, Chelsea versus West Ham. It's 2-9 Chelsea, 5-1 the draw, 11-1 West Ham. I must say, Mark, when I looked at the prices for the 2 favs on Sunday, I thought Arsenal looked a little bit big at 4-9. I certainly couldn't describe 2-9 Chelsea as big. I really couldn't. You may tell me otherwise.
No, it's not. I mean, I thought they played well in the first half against Tottenham. It was that Eriksen goal just changed the whole dynamic of the game, and then they were undone by Ali's sort of brilliance. I mean, West Ham haven't got Eriksen or Ali in their team. Chelsea have won all 8 of their games against teams at home, currently in the bottom half of the Premier League. And I was at West Ham. They've lost 14 times in the Premier League this season. 12 of those they conceded at least 3 goals. So when they lose, they collapse. You don't seem to get half measures with West Ham. So put those 2 stats together and thought Chelsea and over 2.5 goals. If you want to back West Ham, I couldn't say that. I think it's the one of them where if you want to throw
sling a 5, right?
It could come off. But I mean, I think the stats still point to a Chelsea win, and I'm not sure that I'd back Chelsea to keep a clean sheet. That's the only thing at the moment. They look a bit dodgy at the back.
So what's the bet, Mark? Sorry?
Chelsea and over 2.5 goals.
Chelsea and overs, okay.
Or Chelsea and both teams to score. But I think Chelsea and over 2.5 gives you the West Ham collapse on your side.
Very much so. Champ?
Yeah, I did think West Ham looked a big price, and they will be up for this, but they've been so bad away from home in the last few weeks. They've lost, they've got hammered by Brighton, Liverpool and Swansea. I mean, Liverpool, understandable, but the other 2, not so much. And, yeah, to be honest, like you say, have a fiver at West Ham at a big price if you want. But both teams to score looks the most solid option for me, because Chelsea aren't all tight at the back. So, yeah, BTS, odds against.
Okay, and obviously before the game there will be a tribute to the great Butch Wilkins. It was really sad this week, guys, wasn't it? I mean, I remember being a kid and Ray Wilkins being made captain of Chelsea at 18. We were thinking, wow, this is absolutely incredible. So he's always been a bit of a hero there, and what a nice sounding man. The tributes just show, don't they, what a great human being he must have been.
And there was I don't know if you've seen the one from the Milan derby yesterday,
yes,
where Baresi sort of held a shirt up to the Milan supporters behind the goal as well. So it goes to show how well appreciated he was.
I thought hearing from the younger players like Chalobah and who was the other one? I can't remember now.
Joe Cole.
Yeah, Joe Cole. That was really
Nigel
no, but
Quasi.
Nigel Quasi was lovely, and also Grealish. So he obviously really gave a lot to these young guys. He was a superb guy, and we'll miss him massively. So I'm sure there'll be a lovely tribute there at Chelsea. Let's quickly look ahead to the Champions League games. It's the second legs of the quarterfinals, and like I said at the start of the show, it almost looks like they're kind of fait accompli. On Tuesday we've got Roma v Barca, and Man City Liverpool. Wednesday Bayern v Seville and Real v Juve. Joe, if we were looking for one of these ties to sort of suddenly come back to life, which might it be?
Well, probably Man City. They are a fantastic team, and if they get it right, then they could haul it back. But it's very difficult to see them Liverpool not scoring again, and then they need 5. So
said the same, didn't we, about Barcelona when they did that comeback against Paris Saint-Germain? Or if Paris Saint-Germain score, it's all over, and it wasn't. But that's the only one.
Similar defensive frailties in Liverpool. I mean,
that is the only one really where you could see a comeback. I mean, Real Madrid and Barcelona look absolutely done, and I can't see Bayern losing at the Allianz with a 2-1 lead either. OK, we will be back next Thursday to reflect on a night of shocks in the Champions League quarter-final second legs. Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget, we've got another Racing Weekend Postcast tomorrow. Join us for that.
Follow Paddy Power on Snapchat. The username is ThePaddyPower, and we promise there won't be any boring snaps about gigs, the weather or the gym.